If you get out of that cage, you will successfully have taken care of yourself. Let's go on this journey as I dish out my diary of how I had to leave the cage. I've been thinking about this for quite a long time, and I think it is time that I do it. So, to be honest and to be to the point, is this that I was so afraid it won't come to this. Why? Because it's something I wanted, but at the same time, it's something that made me quite fearful of, I can't say consequences, but that's something that detonates something with repercussions. Because basically, I was in this cage, and in this cage, I had no way out. I believe that even if this cage had a security guard and the security guard dropped the keys on the floor, I hope that's a good analogy, that I wouldn't pick it because I'll be afraid it could be a trap, that I go out, I escape this cage. This story is about me, about myself, and how I ended up being in this position where I am now quite interested in the way I feel today, but I was in pain. This pain was over a long period of time. I think 1 year is something, 2 years is a lot, and 3 years is a lot, and I think 4 years. I think there is good, better, best, but I don't know the fourth level of something that is ginormous. That's weighs over your head in such a way that you don't want to leave. I'm sorry for those people who might think we don't need to say this. So, but we need to say it because a friend asked me, "You're in your situation. Are you sleeping? Are you doing this and that?" And then later he asked me, sorry to be emotional. He asked me, he said to me, "The reason I'm telling you this is I was afraid about you. I was afraid what you might do because in his perspective, in the way he saw my situation, it was like, how are you surviving? It's something that can make you want to take your life. But how I survived it up to today, it shows great strength. I am talking here about a relationship I was in. Yes, it's all about a relationship you are in, and you don't know your way out. You don't know how you can change and how you can get out of it because you're sort of stuck. At the same time, you want to be out of it. That's why I started with that story of a cage, which you don't know if you can live or not. And that thin line between what you can do and what you can't do, it's so thin that it's like something hanging between between your teeth, and but it's so thin and you can't really grapple that the situation is quite bad for you. So what I want to talk about is you should find a way, because what I was doing, what I'm still doing, is living the scenario of me getting out of that cage. Because if you get out of that cage, you successfully have taken care of yourself. Because that's very difficult. In a way, if you're living with people with narcissist behavior, you don't have quick answers, especially if you're a nice guy. I have to say that. This is my point here. This is the point of my diary about what happened to me, so it can relate to you as well. Being a nice guy is very good to people, to the mother-in-laws, to the brother-in-laws, to everyone surrounding this relationship. But it is very hard on you because no one can feel your pain. People can see things, people can know that this is happening to you in terms of the actions that happens to you, but not the emotional pain that you could be feeling. And that is what you need to take care of in order for you, in order for me as well, To exit, I can say this way, exit please. You should see that sign that you can get out of that cage and you can take care of yourself, because your well-being should become number one. Because you have to know the narcissist has one important thing: their own situation, satisfaction, life. You are just a tool in whatever they are doing. And that's why it becomes difficult, because a tool can be used in many different ways. And it's very difficult to get out of this relationship. And in my diary, what I'm trying to explain is how I found out. And it's very bad in my part, as I went to college to study lots of things. When I was in it, I could realize it. But at the same time, I was a nice guy. And this is what really, really excruciates me. It pains me to know that I was a nice guy. And it wasn't the first time in such a relationship. And it took me long to get that lock, get out of that cage, and start taking care about myself. If you are listening to this, start thinking about taking care about yourself, because the most important thing you can do is to take care of your emotions, your well-being, and then your mental and spiritual being can start to live new. Let's go on this journey as I dish out my diary of how I had to leave the cage. I had to leave the relationship. I had to try not in the future to be in the same position. It should be healthy for you to find someone who puts you first. It is not healthy for someone to use you as a tool. Let's get out of the cage. Exit is this way. Let's say bye-bye. I know it's a difficult thing. I know it's a long journey. I walked that journey. Let's get our well-being to be the top most priority of who we are and who we can become. You are first. Everything else should be secondary. Your well-being should be first. Thank you for watching. See you next time. This way? Narcissists are this way, so go this way. If they are there, run. If they are there, turn around and run that way. This is the diary of a nice guy. See you on the next video.